Okay.
Okay, today's date is March 23rd, 2023. Time now is 10:12 a.m. Trooper Boncha here with Trooper Monroe. We're here speaking with
Jessica Barron.
Jessica Barron, okay. Could you spell your name? Jessicka?
Yes. And that is Barron.
What's your date of birth?
9492.
Okay. And you work for the Bossier City Fire Department?
Yes.
Could you tell us how long you've worked for the fire department and just your daily jobs, things you do?
Been on the department for approximately 5 years now. I split my time between the trauma unit, the ambulance, and the rescue truck or the fire engine. My duties are paramedic and firefighter.
Okay. And as a paramedic, could you describe us like some of the qualifications, maybe schools, classes, courses you've gone to?
I went through the paramedic program at BCFD. That was about a 2-year program. Involved clinical hours, did ride-outs, worked in the hospital for clinicals, assessing patients, all that.
Okay. So you're a certified paramedic to the state of Louisiana or a program like
Yes,
that?
through the National Registry.
The National Registry. Mm-hmm. And how long have you been with the fire department?
About 5 years now.
Okay. And you've been a paramedic for how long?
Going on, it's less than a year.
Okay. Okay, so the event we're talking about is going to be on March 4th, 2023, a few Saturdays ago. It involved pursuit with multiple agencies that resulted in a shooting. Do you know the event we're talking about? So on that day, were you working here at the fire department?
I was.
Okay. Could you walk us through the first you've heard about the call or things that were happening, and then maybe on your way over there if dispatch was updating anything, and then what you saw?
Right, so I was on Trauma 2. I was a paramedic on Trauma 2, stationed here at the complex. We were dispatched for an MVC, possible injuries, involving a possible active shooter call. I can't remember the wording, but for the most part, we didn't know what we were coming into, but we did get advised to wait until the scene was safe, stage until the scene was safe. We pulled up over here by Freedom Fields, pulled out onto East Texas, and that's whenever we saw multiple police vehicles lined up on East Texas. Rolled down the window, asked one of the officers where was the patient. They advised that the patient was up the road in the vehicle that was turned over. That's when I first saw the vehicle. We pulled up a little further, got advised by other officers to come through the taped off area. They pulled the tape down. We rode into the taped off area, and that's when we were met by an officer. Told us what happened, that the patient was inside the truck, found the truck to be on the passenger side, tilted onto the passenger side, flipped over. Initially when I walked up, found the patient on the passenger side of the vehicle laying on the passenger side door, unresponsive. He did still have a weapon right next to him. The officer that brought us over removed the weapon from the vehicle. That's when I assessed the patient, saw that he was pulseless and apneic. We could not remove him because the car wasn't stable yet. We were still waiting on rescue units and engines to arrive on scene to stabilize the vehicle. At that point, through this assessment, I went through the sunroof just to see what wounds I could see. Saw multiple GSWs to multiple sites on them. You want me to get specific on that?
No, just what you observed right there, yeah.
But it's obvious injuries, major trauma, pulseless, apneic. At that point, we went ahead and got him on a cardiac monitor. Saw that he had no rhythm. It was a rhythm of asystole, no electrical activity.
And what does that mean?
That means that his heart had no electrical activity. There was nothing that would tell me that he had any life, if that's the best way to put it, pulseless, you know. So at that point, other units started arriving on scene. My EMS supervisor arrived on scene. I told him what I saw, that the patient was the rhythm asystole and pulseless. And that's when we made the determination of not performing resuscitative care due to his injuries.
Okay. Talking about the weapon, did you or any other person with the fire department ask the officer to move the weapon?
Yes.
Y'all did. Was that you?
Yes.
Y'all asked, and is that a safety issue with y'all? Is that something typically y'all would do, have them move it?
Just because we didn't know for a fact that he was unresponsive, he was kind of turned, and we didn't know at that time if he really, like, was pulseless and apneic, because he could have turned and grabbed the weapon. Even though there was injuries, we like to make sure.
Yeah, you still treat it as a, maybe there is a sign of life, or just assuming there is before.
Yeah.
And so did you see him, the patient in the vehicle, did you see him move at all?
No.
Like nothing?
Nothing.
And then, you said you hooked up a leads machine or a cardiac machine?
Cardiac, yes.
But could you just briefly walk us through what that is?
So we have a life pack monitor that we put leads on patients just to see their heart activity. That's what we do. We'll put limb leads on. They're 4 leads. That way I can see if there's any heart rhythm, any signs of any possible life. So that's what that is.
Okay, and if that machine shows that there is life, what would y'all typically, in a different situation, if there was life, what would y'all have done from there if it did show?
At that point, we would stabilize the vehicle and then immediately pull the patient out, start CPR, and then take the patient to the hospital.
Okay.
We try to resuscitate the patient.
Okay.
Did y'all have, you responded in what type of vehicle?
The ambulance.
In the ambulance? Did you have the ability to stabilize the truck from the, what y'all have inside the ambulance?
No, we did not. And since we were the first on scene, we had to keep the truck and the patient where he was.
Okay.
Is there any questions or any important information we might have left out?
Not today.
Okay.
That I'm aware of.
Okay. Time now is 10:18 a.m. We're gonna